What's going on, everybody? So, today is August 31st, 2019. It looks like the markets continue to dip as we are about to enter the 1st of September. This has actually been, I actually predicted this. I expected this would happen. I expected the markets to take a dip. I said we'd reach all new all-time lows in August, and it looks like we've done that. EOS is last time I checked at like the $3.30 mark, and it was actually beating the rest of the market. So I think EOS was up like 3 or 4% today, whereas most of the market was just red or barely green or very close to neutral today as far as market movements. Um, I actually think next week. I don't expect next week to be too crazy too, but who knows? Honestly, coming up, I expect things to get bullish really quick next month. I think closer to mid, towards the end of the next month, closer to the release of version 1.8 for EOS. But one thing I've noticed, especially when it comes to buy the rumor, sell the news in this space, is that usually, from what I can tell, usually about 2 weeks before an actual event happens is when that rumor really gets bought up. So I would say about a week or so from now is when we're really gonna start getting like all these major buys coming in for EOS and EOS based tokens, because it's going to become more and more aware to the rest of the crypto space. Because what you have to realize is that the EOS community is growing every single day, but realistically, we are a fraction of the crypto community. So people who are into crypto is already like, if you think about it, like a very small percent. Like if you're into crypto, you understand crypto, you understand blockchains, you understand why this technology is so powerful. I would already put you in the 1%. You are in the 1% of people. And then you break that down even further, and it's like you understand EOS, like, or you're a part of EOS, and in the EOS community, like that's an even smaller, like you're at a fraction of a fraction, really, of people who are in that community. So you know I was looking at it the other day. Like, I watch everything EOS, and like I'm their channel is like so good. Like they're always like on top of like the content. Like they're always meeting with like critical people in the space. Zach Gall, he did an interview with Tal Muskal. He's the chief technical officer of Liquid Apps, or Liquid Apps, whatever it is. I always mess that up. But he did an interview with him, and it's like they're always on top of stuff, and like even their channel is only like 3,000, maybe like 3,500. I think it's 3.4, close to 3,500 subscribers, and it's like that's crazy small when you think of some of the big crypto YouTubers have like 150,000, 200,000, like, you know what I mean? Like that's where I feel like they should honestly be, like, in my opinion. Like, and that just goes to show you how niche EOS still is. So for everybody who's in the EOS community, congratulations. For everybody who knows what's up, congratulations again, because I really think this market is about to explode, guys. Like, I really think like we're sitting, like, just it's just a matter of time. Like I said, I expect a pump about another week or so. Um, we'll get like a big pump, because the news will start spreading. Like, people outside of the EOS community will catch wind. They'll start saying, "Oh, we got a 1.8 release coming up." Then people will start inquiring it. Just all sorts of opportunities. People who just want to buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. But sometimes what happens is that buy the rumor, sell the news, like, backfires in a big way. Like, when it's something legitimate, and I think 1.8 really will be a solution that's going to be super legitimate, and like Once we get 1.8, I think there's going to be so much news just firing from every single like area, because everybody's going to come out at once and talk about how they're integrating their platform into EOS. And I really think it's going to put pressure on a lot of those companies that are building on other chains to really take a deep dive and learn about EOS and consider moving their platform to EOS, because platforms that have been in the space for a long time, like Augur, for example. Like I remember Joey Krug talking about Augur like years ago when I first got into the crypto space, and it was one of the very first dApps built on top of Ethereum. Great team, great work ethic. They've been working at it for a lot of years. A lot of research time has gone into it, and it's just like they've done all they can do. What's holding back the Augur platform is basically Augur's inability to scale. Like that's basically what it is. And it's a shame that, like, well, let me not even say that. The market's gonna do what the market's gonna do, but unless they make a choice to switch pretty soon, or maybe they won't have to switch. Maybe because of this Liquid Link solution through Liquid Apps, they'll be able to run their apps primarily on EOS and scale it that way. I would love to see that happen, because Augur is a great project. They did a lot of great work. The philosophy behind Augur is actually really interesting. I suggest anybody who doesn't know about Augur, who has never heard of Augur, to look into them, because it's actually a pretty interesting concept. I made a video like several years ago about it. It's basically about the wisdom of the crowd, and the idea that if most of the people are willing to agree on an outcome and they have money to put up, so they're incentivized to tell the truth, then most likely that is the true outcome, and that makes that group of people basically a human oracle, which is very interesting. Like that's an interesting way of doing oracles. Every oracle platform has their own way of doing oracles, and I like the way that Rep kind of had that human oracle sense. It was very interesting, kind of similar into what the Liquid Apps is doing, but a little bit different, obviously. Actually, a lot different. Let me not even compare them, but it uses strong like incentive models. Now, yeah, I mean, like I said, about a week we'll get that pump. For now, I'm just kind of hunkering down, chilling, waiting for this Hurricane Dorian to come through, because I am in Central Florida, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't lose power or anything. I don't want it to affect making these videos or anything like that. But yeah, I'm super excited. Got a couple new ideas for some videos. I'm gonna make a video showing doing a tutorial on how to use Simplex, which is a third-party vendor, and you can use your credit card or your debit card in order to buy crypto, and that's who all these major exchanges partner with, like Binance and KuCoin Exchange, and Bancor partners with them, and MyEther Wallet partners with them. So they're a big industry name, and a lot of people in the space partner with them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a video on that, just because I think that'll add a lot of value to the ecosystem, as well as keep you guys up to date with my dApp token earnings, because that is actually getting exciting. I just broke the second page today. If you go, EOS Nation has all like the accounts like open, so you can see them, and you can see how many tokens are in each account. And like my goal is to get 1 million tokens, and if I get 1 million tokens, I should be on the first page, if I'm not mistaken. Like because there's 10, I believe, on the first page, and like the top account or the bottom on that page has like 900,000 DApp tokens. So if I can get 1 million tokens, I should be on that first page, and that's ultimately my goal. I want to get 1 million DApp tokens. So I'll give you guys an update on that, how much I'm earning every single day, and keep running my strategy. Like PGL has been going up a little bit. I've been selling my PGL. I've been buying DApp tokens. So for me, and then every time I get a paycheck, I'm putting a little bit into the market, buying more tokens. So I should be able to reach my goal fairly quickly, especially if this bear market continues the way it is. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind if we got a whole nother month. The whole month of September was completely bear market. Like, I'd be fine with that. I love buying cheap tokens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, time is, like, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity. To me, it's just like, that's the way I always look at it. Like, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to buy these assets dirt cheap that that are just off people's radar. Like, all these people with like millions and billions of dollars, they're just not even looking at this stuff. I mean, they're looking at it, but not like we're looking at it. Like, not under the microscope. Because like I said, it's a niche of a niche. And it's like a niche of a niche that's going to be crazy profits at the end of the day. But to me, that's why it's keep stacking tokens. I hope the bear market goes for a whole nother month. Me personally, like, a whole nother month, I'd be cool with that. Gives me a chance to reach my goals. And like I said, when it goes up, it's gonna explode, guys. And you guys will be happy that you've been buying. You'll be happy that you didn't sell. And honestly, like, I don't even like giving financial advice, but you guys should be buying. Like, you guys should be buying. And altcoins are a good buy right now. Like, not saying don't buy Bitcoin, but altcoins are a good buy right now.